It's Wedding Feature Wednesday! Welcome to another Wedding Feature Wednesday. What is this? Episode 7. I think this is episode 7. And today I am super excited to have this amazing young man, Shazzy, from Shazzy's Music. On our feature for Wedding Feature Wednesday this time. I'm excited to have him. I'm excited to see what he's gonna talk about, and I am just generally excited about Wedding Feature Wednesday. Yay! So we missed last week, but we had a really good excuse. We were doing this amazing wedding down in Soufriere, so we missed last week, but we are back on track, and we have an inspiring young man on our live this Wednesday, and I'm really excited. As usual, guys, Wedding Feature Wednesday is just an opportunity for our local wedding industry professionals to really show off what they do, talk about their challenges, their opportunities, explore all their strengths, their weaknesses, all the good things and the bad things about doing weddings in St. Lucia, and really give you an opportunity to learn about their services, learn about their products, and share ideas, swap inspiration, and just really get to know not just people by their businesses, but get to know people by their talent. I'm so excited to have Shazzy on this Wedding Feature Wednesday. He is such a bright young spirit and a talented musician. And like I phrased it, Shazzy's gonna talk about the symphony of steel pan in your special day. So with no further ado, we're gonna get straight into it. I know you missed the last one, so I don't want to delay anything. Let's get into Shazzy almost immediately being featured. This Wednesday we don't have a backdrop by House of Balloons, but we will have one next week. So let's get into Shazzy. Hi!
Honestly, thank you for that.
Hey, you're such a bright spirit.
For sure.
How are you? I see we're both in blue.
Blue's our top color already, so
It's like blue is a power color, When you
it
go
is,
to
it is.
you have to wear blue. Blue and gray. I always say these two colors, blue, gray, and black, they're always a power color, yes.
Yep.
So welcome, Shazzy. Welcome to Wedding Feature Wednesday. It's been a little bit trying to get you to work your schedule because he's booked and busy, y'all. But working you on your schedule to get you featured, and we are honored to have you here and to learn more about you. We've been seeing you, your bright smile, your amazing talent, your TikTok, and we just want to get to know more about you, know more about why you're interested in pan, what you're doing, where you're going. So let me start off with you introducing yourself to our viewers today.
All right. Firstly, honestly, I'm honored to be featured on your show, Tish. Thank you for having me. And introducing myself, I'm gonna be short and sweet with it. Shaz or Shazzy, whichever one you wanna call me. I'm just this jolly person that's in love with music. Let's just do that. Yeah. I've been playing music my entire life. Steel pan was my first instrument, and yeah, ever since I've just made it a business, and it's been wild. Opportunities have been coming. Yeah, brought so much more
So
to
how
it.
did you get interested in music on a whole?
Oh, well, growing up, my dad has his own band. Um, is that me or is
Your connection's a little bit unstable, Shazzy, just letting you know in case you can move closer to your
yeah?
Wi-Fi.
I'm actually on data right now.
Oh, okay. We'll make do.
Is
Go ahead.
is it better now?
Yes.
Alright. How did I get into music? Growing up, my dad had his own band, so I mean, I literally went everywhere with him from a kid, a baby, from my mother.
Ah.
Belly. I was going to performances, and eventually it led to me learning to play the instrument. Still pan, that is. So, after being in such a musical environment for so long, I eventually got into it. I learned my first song by the age of 4. So ever since then,
What was your first song?
Uh, falling in
Ah.
love, Presley, or
Oh,
you 40, whichever one you want. That's Noli. Yeah. So you
okay.
see, my first song was a wedding
Okay,
song.
we're gonna have to see a playback of that at some point, I hope.
For sure, for sure. Yeah. My first song was that nice, mellow, lovely song. So you know, weddings are meant to be. If you think of it, it's destiny. So yeah, ever since then, I've continued it. I've grown a love for it, a passion for it, and yeah, it's been growing ever since.
Amazing, amazing. I love that, Shazzy. So you just came out of you saying that you were always in the background with your dad, but you personally popped out of nowhere and you just came on board with a really big energy about you. You know, where do you get all this joy and this positivity? I think that's what I know. When I see you, I just see joy, positivity, big energy, big smile, bright light. What inspires you to just keep yourself so positive all the time?
Honestly, I'd say it's my mindset. Just always wanting to feel happy. Like life is truly short. We never know when it's our time. So why not just be ourselves at the best versions of ourselves? And if you know me personally, I'm somewhat a joker. I'm always laughing. Is it my connection again, or
Yeah, a little bit.
I'll if you don't mind, I'll just take
Yeah,
that.
that's fine. Yeah, absolutely. You can leave and come back.
All right, well, I'm gonna do that.
Sure, no problem. So I'll just continue telling you guys what I know of Shazzy in the meantime. He's gonna leave for a second and rejoin the live, just to reestablish his connection. But I've just Shazzy's young, and Shazzy, I started seeing him on the screen. I was like, this guy. I've never worked with him, but I said this guy is really inspiring. He's on TikTok. He's big on social media, like he said earlier. You know, he started off with his dad, and then with social media, it really allowed him to take over. And I really like that generational story where, you know, your dad's a big steel pan guy or big musician, put it that way, and he's always been tagging along and then really establishing his own you know, sort of brand underneath his dad's talent and doing so well for himself, you know. I think that's just such an amazing little story. And I honestly wish to see him do the absolute best for his talent. So we're just gonna wait a little while longer for Shazzy to just reestablish his connection and come on board. I would like to encourage you guys to engage with us in anything that you're hearing or, you know, if you have any questions for Shazzy or myself, please drop them in the comments. Engagement is nice. It allows us to understand what you want to know more about, so that we know how, like, what kind of questions to ask our when we feature Wednesday industry professionals. So yeah. Oh, he was in Courts Babado Simpan Ban, I assume. Thank you for coming on the live too. So that's pretty cool. That he was in the Courts Babylon massive, well, the Courts Babylon steel pan ban. Yeah, so I was saying, you know, if you guys have any questions or any special content that you want us to engage our industry professionals in, please feel welcome to um, drop them in there. You know, it's about you getting to know our professionals as much as we are, and it's just an amazing time to learn what other people are doing. So, waiting on Shazzy, just a little bit more. You know, when Future Wednesday, this is our episode 7. I'm looking forward to seeing this go on as long as we can. I think highlighting the talent and the opportunities in our local industry is so important. Many times we get lost in the glitz and the glam of things and we lose the essence and the people behind the brands. And, you know, putting a face to a brand name is so important, but more so appreciating what these persons that are behind these brands are actually doing. You know, we take for granted when we see a really cool video or an amazing photo, or, you know, just in my case, a really nice concept design, we forget that there's an entire team behind this production. There's a person who's blood, sweat, and tears, late nights, lots of practice. There's an entire personality that drives them to get to do what they do. Like Shazzy was saying that if I know him personally, which I don't, but he's saying if you know him personally, he's just a joyful kid. So, young man, sorry. So that is really the core basis of what brings such an amazing, inspiring talent to his work. So yes. Hi, welcome back. Yes. Okay, this is much better. So
Alright. I
yes.
got a green background now, so
Yeah. No, nice and right. Amazing. So you were just telling us about your personality and that why you are so positive and why we see that in the music.
yeah. I was saying, if you know me personally, I'm somewhat a joker. I'm always laughing, always smiling. Just this conversation, you could see that I'm just that person. I'm always the life of the party, the vibe. I'm always that person. So yeah, that's just me personally. And I feel music is the way of expressing ourselves, right? If I'm that jolly person, I'm pretty sure you're gonna see it when I play. And that's definitely a yes, because if you see my page, what's a
Yeah.
cover? What's a Shazzy cover without a smile, right?
That is very true.
Exactly. People actually
Yeah.
me when I don't smile in my covers, like, is something wrong? Is
That's
everything
very That's very interesting because that you smiling and you being that happy-go-lucky person, even though I know maybe you have down days sometimes, but always seeing you smiling is really important for your brand building. And as industry professionals, especially as creative talent, we have to not just think about our production, but we also have to think about how we present ourselves as brands. So seeing you understand that, your personal branding is really important to your professional branding is a really good opportunity that a lot of us creatives can, embark upon, identifying what are some key things. When you hear Shazzy, what do you think of? And that one that is good music and a really big smile and a joyful spirit. So that's really important. I like that. So you mentioned earlier about social media helping you kick off your steel pan band, your steel pan career. In what way has social media helped you?
All right, well, the reason I actually started social media is because one, I did want to show my talent, showcase my talent to the world. And secondly, I wanted to do it in my way, a totally different way. If you listen to Stillpan or if you ask somebody what was the image of Stillpan, probably like 3, 4 years ago, they'd probably be like Calypso, right?
Yeah,
Calypso.
yeah. The colorful tropical shirts and the traditional old guy with the tropical shirt on the beach. Yes.
Go hit on the tropical shit, you know. I have mine,
No,
you
no, it never vibe. It never vibe.
know. So yeah, the reason I created my platform is to be different. Personally, Calypso wasn't my favorite genre of music. It was always soca, hip hop, pop, reggae, Afro beats. That's me right there. And just having the knowledge and the experience with the instrument that is, I knew the capabilities. I knew what I could have done with it. I knew it had because of me, solution. um, what was I saying? Jeez.
No, right, that happens. But you were saying that your Afro beats, your hip hop, your pop, these kinds of things, you liking these kinds of music and you being able to expand into that.
Yeah, just knowing what the instrument could do, I just had to go the route of just being different and showing people that this instrument is not just limited to our Caribbean culture, but
Yeah.
so much more. So yeah, that was the reason
Yeah.
I got into social media, and eventually I started getting views, followers, subscribers, whatever you want to call it. my so-called fan base. I love each and every one of you guys. Um, so yeah, eventually I started getting the exposure, and eventually opportunities started coming. Hey, can you perform for my wedding? Hey, can you perform for my party? Etc.
Yeah,
etc. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Somebody saying their hair early. She usually comes in late, so I'm glad that persons are getting more excited and anticipating about Wedding Feature Wednesday. So I'm really excited about that. Absolutely, Shazi. I've been seeing your TikToks and your viral videos, and I think I can really appreciate how you're modernizing such a traditional talent. And I think a lot of us as creatives again can do that, which is to pinpoint things that are core, cultural, iconic, and really bring them back to the surface and remake it in such a way that, we can appreciate it in these modern times. You
Yeah.
didn't tell us though, do you only, what kind of pan do you play?
Ah, I actually play a high C tenor. Yeah.
Ah, nice. So, fun fact, I used to play steel pan when I was younger, and I actually played a high C tenor. So, I know you didn't know that. So we
Yeah,
used to play in
I,
the cultural center. Yeah. I don't know.
I have competition.
Yeah, I don't know about musician. Don't let me start playing at tens or something there for you. I know, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen you at like general social events and stuff, and I have not seen you at many weddings. Is that a new target that you're trying to get into? How do you feel about weddings and having more steel pan weddings?
Um, all right, like you said, I probably haven't played lots of weddings as a soloist, but with a band, yes, I have.
Mm,
However, is it something that I want to go into fully? Not necessarily. Don't get me wrong, I love performing for weddings. It's truly a magical experience just getting to, play for a whole couple.
serenade a couple.
Like,
Yeah.
that's you right there, bringing that special day to somebody. So, yeah, I totally love it. However, I want to go the route of, getting into international performing, etc. So, I mean, yes, of course, weddings, etc. Yeah, I will, but it's not the main goal as of right now.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, what is the big dream then, Chazi? What
Ah,
when you talk about international performances, what's the international performance? What's the big stage that you need to be on?
mm, 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 mm.
Well, how do you see yourself? Yeah,
There, all the goals start flashing in my head.
I know, I know. But when you say steel pan as an international experience, you really challenge our mindset because do we see you on a Marshall Montano stage? Is it bigger than that? Do we see you at Coachella?
You see right there, that's the direction right there. I'm not sure if you guys
Yeah.
seen Mappy, she's a violinist. Have you seen? ex- That is the route that I'm trying to pursue as of right now. Just getting that, international performances, whether it be the Grammys with an artist, and it's not just strictly still pan. I am into music on a whole, whether it's producing, recording, whatever it is. I'm fully into music, so just getting all of my components and just getting it out there. That's really what I want. Yeah.
Amazing. Do you actually compose your own songs or do you only do like covers and features? Get in your business now.
Actually, I am working on a single as of right now, as in my own track, but it's something I will tell you just for between us, everyone on the
The
line.
18 people watching us, okay.
I love Afrobeats, and honestly, if I have to drop a single, it's definitely going to be an Afrobeat kind of, the bouncy kind of vibe to it. But yes,
Yeah,
as of right now, I am working on a single. It's just that I want it to be that special song, like it's my first song out. It has to be special, it has to be right. So, yeah.
yeah.
Of,
Somebody was asking, do you play other instruments?
oh, yeah. Um, I'll just give my whole journey of instruments and music.
Yes, please.
I started off on steel pan, then I eventually branched out into playing drums. Then I I went to school of music, which is where I learned trumpet, and I got braced. I got braced to get the trumpet for you up there. I got braces, so then I couldn't play trumpet anymore. So I went in this huge horn called a euphonium, and then ever since then, back to steel pan. But I mean, the love for those instruments is still there. I actually want to get back into playing brass instruments, so yeah, that's my whole journey up
Okay.
there. And of course, other steel pans, a little triangle, cowbell, everybody can play on it.
I see. So just going back to you talking about wanting to compose and do your own single, which will be only the start of a lot of things to come. Do you think that there's a lot of opportunity in artists like Shelly J, Sidil, Ezra, these local artists using you as a backing track? Even Michael, for example, Michael Robinson, MR, you have to say his full name, it comes like that. Um, do you see yourself, being featured, when on any one of their songs or their compositions of any sort, can we look forward to that as an opportunity you explore?
Well, yes, for sure. It is something that I've been going into. I actually have two or three songs out as features. Actually, I have one with Trevor, YXL Trevor, Dwight Flora, his EP, and an artist from the UK. But playing with artists, as in featuring on the tracks, yeah, I'm totally open to it. It's like I said, music is powerful. Music is just bringing our emotions. That's how we expressing ourselves. So yeah, I'd totally be down to work with artists here. Yeah.
Love that. I love that. I'm looking forward to a music video from you. On a backing track of MR in a dark room and you just come in as a whole light. Someone's asking, was learning steel pan hard for you?
Was it hard? Well, I mean, I started from pretty young, so no, I wouldn't say it was hard. But probably back then, I probably struggled to play a song or something. But as of right now, no, nah.
Yeah. And do you play at hotels in the Caribbean like Sandals and stuff?
Well, yes, as of right now, yes. Hotels are probably my main route for work as of right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
limited.
How did COVID affect you, Shazzy? Given that, a lot of the hotels,
Ah,
yeah.
topic, um, actually, 2 years ago, when I was somewhat in my social media prime, I'm I'm not limiting myself to that prime, but I mean that's when Shaz was real trendy, trending. Like that was actually the
You're still
start
trending,
of
but go on.
what did you say?
I said you're still trendy, but go on.
um, but yeah, that was actually the start of me traveling regionally, and it was eventually going to international. And COVID, yeah, it just killed most of the opportunities that were actually planned. Um, Locally, I would say, of course, everything went to a shutdown, performances, and the creative industry. We took it pretty hard. I mean, everything came to a complete stop. So, but
Yep.
as of right now, it looks like it may go to it again. But that's what
Yes, I
COVID
know. I know.
does.
Okay, another question for you. Does YouTube affect you with copyright for getting monetization because you deserve the money for what you do?
In I'd probably say out of like 10 videos, probably like two or three would get copyrighted with, yeah, on my monetization. But like, it doesn't really affect me because I'm truly doing it for the love. It's like the money from YouTube on the whole was just a plus to what I was already doing. Like it's like
Yeah.
it was like a bonus to what I'm putting out there. So yeah, it didn't really affect me. And I knew there were consequences to playing covers. I mean that's life, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I look forward to? I look forward to an entire like playlist from Shazzy that I can play in the car, that I can, just
um
yeah.
Actually I have one mix out, just one. But that was probably recorded like 3 or 2 years ago. I did that with DJ High C. Um, Shout out to Kairat on the live. I have one mixed out, and it really takes a lot to, record music after music after music and put in. At the time, it was just really a lot. But as of right now, I think I should get back into putting mixes out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When I first started listening, I don't know if you know Rashad, who plays the saxophone. He put out a couple of, long playlists or however you call it.
Mhm.
And I really used to enjoy that. You know, when you talk about your Sunday cleaning, when you're doing your Sunday cleaning, when you're doing your Sunday cleaning,
Yeah.
man, I would put on some Rashad, his flowers thing, and I would really enjoy. Apart from, back then you play a little Celine Dion and Whitney Houston and stuff, but I used to enjoy playing local music, KO, Rashad, that kind of stuff. So I'm very much into a lot of instrumentals. So I look forward to adding you to a playlist that I can play in the car, I can play when I'm doing my cleaning. Yeah, I'll save you for the kitchen.
Well, just because I'll definitely go into it for sure, for sure.
So somebody's asking me, Shazi's from St. Lucia. I'm trying to figure out my accent. I am from St. Lucia as well. What? I am from St. Lucia as well. I don't know. Maybe my tone of voice is just a little different, but it's the same accent. I would hope so. It's the same one. Yeah. Shazi own just have a little more joy in it than me. Yeah. It's a little different. So you mentioned that it's usually a steel pan band when it comes to weddings, and not so much a solo. But do you play in the steel pan band?
Yeah, yeah, I do as well. Um, However, I prefer doing my solo gigs because one, I get to connect with the whole wedding, the people get the bridal party, the actual people getting married. It's like it's a personal experience for me because example, once booking me for a wedding, one of the few questions I would ask you is what vibe are you going for? What are your special songs? What are your special requests from me? And I take all of that and take it into planning and, building a repertoire playlist just for the wedding. And, that takes time. And you would say you're somewhat connected and have emotion,
Yeah.
somewhat to it, yeah. So actually playing as a soloist, I'd say I just feel a better connection rather than playing in a band.
Ah, I understand completely.
Mm.
Yeah, having that connection with the bride and the groom is really important. So if I were to book you, if a wedding planner on this live is supposed to book you, and the couple requests a song that they like, very random song, do you literally go sit down and learn how to play this, or do you only play from what you know?
No, 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 no. You see, my repertoire is pretty vast, pretty
But-
all
but-
over. But if all couples have one song, that once they hear that song,
yeah,
oh my gosh,
yeah, that's the feels, yeah.
so yeah, I do go out and learn the song. It doesn't take much for me. By five
Okay.
5 minutes, I get the song already, and I'm vibing.
Okay, top team. Nice.
So
And you
yeah,
just by hearing it, just
yeah,
so
ingrained into you by hearing it, you can just play it. That's really cool. How do you stay sharp, Chazzy? How much do you practice? How do you, yeah, is it every day or?
Um, it pains me to say this, but I actually don't practice as I should. As in
Mm,
improving on my skill, I should be practicing more often, but I actually don't. However, I've been playing for so long. Like, you know, when they say you need 10,000 hours to actually master your trade, it's like I've been doing it for so long, and it's not something that I do like once a year. I'm literally playing like probably every other day, every day.
yeah,
So just playing so consistently is like there isn't room to not
that's
be.
the practice.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree, and that's a blessed place to be that you've been booked for your craft so much that it keeps you sharp. That's an amazing place to be. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody mentioned the Caribbean and coming to the Caribbean, and have you ever been to the volcano bath in St. Lucia? They were just talking in the chat, but that brought me into you because I've been seeing a lot of videos, you doing videos on top of a mountain somewhere, on the beach somewhere, and I'm like, I really love that. Is that part of your branding, which is to feature the island as well as feature your talent? Is that intentional?
Yes, it is. One, I feel as if, okay, going back to branding and marketing, using my studio as an example, right? Posting my covers, it's the same blue background, my studio phone, and let's say I was to post 5 videos in a row, it would literally just be blue, 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 blue.
Yeah.
Just being creative, being diverse with the craft. I was like, why limit myself to just, home recordings? And St. Lucia is such a beautiful island. I mean, have you not seen our scenes? Like, so why not take the creative talents and bring it
Yeah.
to beautiful scenes and bring the handsome young man? What?
Oh God, you're already saying the chat. He's so cute. I keep telling Shazzy that every time I see him, I'm like, he's too cute.
So yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea with your branding. Do you see steel pan being able to sell other countries apart from you just having a love for St. Lucia and featuring that? But do you see that could be a really targeted marketing angle that if Dominica Tourism, for example, wanted to feature some of their rivers or their scenic sites, that they can use a creative talent to do that, for example, yours, and put it in a TV ad, put it in a documentary. Do you see yourself maybe exploring that at some point?
yes, actually, it is something I'd love to do. Um, just the fact that people even use my covers to
Yeah.
like add Caribbean feel to their videos or whatever it may be. Just if you could use the cover, then you might as well just use me because I mean, it's truly bringing a different vibe to your craft on a whole, honestly. And I think as we're in the Caribbean as well, people most people would say, the Caribbean, back to what you said, the floral shit, the tropicals, we on the beach, you're listening to Still Pan, like, yeah, I think, like, most people have the idea of that as the Caribbean, and sure, not limiting ourselves to just that idea, but it just brings a whole different vibe to your idea, whatever it is that you have, yeah.
Yeah. Let's get into a little bit more about actually booking you as a person. You're always in a jigger.
Oh, yeah.
You just music is in your soul. Let's get a little bit into booking you for a job. How do I select who should I use for Stepan? Because it's not just you in the industry. There are other persons.
Mhm.
Tell me a little bit more about what I should consider when selecting a Stepan player and selecting whether or not I want a solo, a trio, a band. How do I know? How do I choose?
All right, like, ooh, now that question made me think a little, you know.
Yeah, well, that's what we're supposed to do, explore what the opportunities are. I'm a bride and I love steel pan.
Uh-huh.
That's it. That's all I know. I just love the sound of steel pan. Like won that at my wedding.
Yeah.
So where do I start? Who do I choose? Do I need a solo? Do I need a trio? Do I need an entire band?
All right, now using photo. I just saw single and it threw me off. Anyways,
Yeah, I know. I saw that in the questions as well. I ignored it completely. Shazzy will do his private life for
yeah.
his personal questions.
All right. So, using photographers as an example, you know each photographer has his different style, and his pictures are literally his portfolio. If you think of it, I
Yes.
just see for musicians on a whole, especially if they actually have platforms showcasing their talents. It's like, all right, this guy. Let's say you're watching my page, you say, this guy, he has vibes to him. That's what I love. He's playing the type of music that I love as well. So that's one
Mm.
you also have to look at. Is this steel pan player open to my ideas as well, as in my craft, your playlist, like let's just say your playlist on Sunday in the kitchen, can this man execute that job as well? Or I would say when it comes to a soloist, trio, or full band, that brings me back to the question, what kind of vibe do you want for your wedding as well? Um, if you want to stay calm, nice and mellow, I'd suggest a soloist. You have your
Yeah.
instrumentals in the background, blah, blah, blah. But if you want that, you want to go all out with that force and, real Caribbean and, you want that extra feel to it and have a hype kind of cocktail reception, let's just say that.
Yeah.
Then,
Or the party itself.
yeah.
I see a full band as part of the party.
Yeah. So also, um, mm, going back to the music,
Yeah.
wedding. I thought of this before the live because I knew it would eventually come up. But going back to the music, weddings are mixed. Okay, so let's say the bride is from Trinidad and she loves soca, but the groom is from the US and he's so into pop, hip hop, and there's older folks in the audience, but there's young people as well. Can that steel pan player cater to that audience? So that's
Right.
many things you have to think of when actually decide what player and what band or whatever it is that you actually want. So yeah.
So as you're so young though, would you think that an older crowd or more mature request coming through,
I'm
do you think that you'll be able to adequately cater to them? And just to put in there was a question asking you how old you were. So let me just drop that in there one time.
um I'm gonna answer the music one first. um yes, like I said, my repertoire, I don't I don't limit myself to just my own taste to everyone and everything. So I know if I'm playing for an older I know if I'm playing for an older audience, they may prefer music from the 90s, 80s, and who knows, I probably love the music more than them. Don't limit that age. You see my little age, I love music on a whole. So from way back to now, I'm into it. And to answer my age, clearly I'm 35. I mean,
You're
um,
35 in your talent, so that's good enough.
oh, we're going to do that. We're going to do
Yeah,
that.
we're going to that. We're going to that. Again, Shazzy will do his private get to know me live.
But I have no problem saying it. As of last week, I turned 20, so yeah.
You only turned 20 last week, Shazzy.
Yeah, I'm young. I'm young. I
You
love
are super young. Wow, you are super young. And how long have you been playing? Since 4, you said?
Yeah, so call it 16 years. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. But how long have you been really pushing your brand as Shazzy's music?
As Shazzy's music, I'd say 2016, I actually said, oh, because that was the year I was in secondary school and I had to decide what subjects and if I wanted to go to Alpha, community college, blah, 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 blah. That was the year
Mhm.
I decided, hey, this is my love, this is my passion, and I'm gonna go all it. And that's when all my social media platforms, everything was created.
Right, right. Okay, that's really good. And how big? You're at high numbers now, Shazzy, in your social media, really high numbers. How does that feel to have to know that, over 40,000 people are following you?
It's honestly crazy at times. Crazy as in good crazy. Like that much people, that many people, sorry, are interested in my craft.
Yeah.
Like I knew I wanted to portray it. I know that's what I wanted, but when it's actually a reality, thinking it and the reality is two separate things. And I honestly love it. I'm truly blessed for having it in the first place, and I truly appreciate each and everyone who supports me. It's just, it's just crazy,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah,
Now, I know a lot of people, you know me, I'm a straight shooter. I know a lot of people have a lot of followers, but they don't have a lot of engagement.
yeah.
I never believe the hype with big numbers. Big numbers are great,
I
but
mean,
do these people actually engage with your music?
yeah. I didn't get your last part. I was talking as well.
Sorry, don't talk while I talk. I'm just joking. I was saying,
I was agreeing with you because I said you could literally get 100K followers overnight, and it's like, what next? So yeah.
yeah. So, do you see the value in having the followers through your engagement? People actually liking, commenting.
Yes, I do actually, because okay, I don't say mentor, but I give a lot of persons who actually want to do what I'm doing. I give them a lot of advice. And some people have the idea that, ooh, I lost 20 followers this week. And it's like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But I always give them the perspective that if those 20 people unfollowed you, it's because they probably like one video and it's like, we don't want to see anymore. But like, you will get 20 more. Like, that's people that genuinely want to follow you for your craft. So yeah, that's my perspective of things. And using my platforms, honestly, having so many numbers, it's just it's just such a blessing to even be able to have such an impact, you know?
Absolutely. You have a big responsibility to keep that smile on your face.
I mean, it's just natural at this point, so.
Good, good. So you have a lot of fans from Dominica, I must say.
Dominica, yeah, big up, big up, big up.
Yeah,
Nah,
Dominica is
I'm
excited about you.
sticking to Dominica. Back to me saying I love all kind of music. You see, Booyah.
Good. So apart from the Afrobeat single, inspirational, maybe perhaps we don't know between you and I, what can we look forward to from you? For example, we have Junior Creole coming up. Do we
Mhm.
look forward to a little something from you for Creole Day?
Um, for Creole Day, I wouldn't say I planned anything for Creole Day as yet, but what do you expect from me? Honestly, I can't answer that. I can't. Why? Because it's just so much. Okay, one thing about me, I don't necessarily give out my plans because I feel as if, that's just something you should just keep to yourself and just execute it and make people be surprised. But honestly, I wouldn't say I have anything major coming up. that I can actually announce as of right now. But all the other plans, there's so much to actually put work into. So yeah.
So, Shazi, I have never taken anybody on the live with us, but we have a few requests to be in the live.
Mhm.
I don't know what it'll be like, but if you're willing to, I would like to accept them
Sure,
and see what it's like. That's
sure.
not gonna be our first time accepting these
Yeah,
invitations.
everything tonight.
So yeah, so our first times. So let's see what it's about. Hi.
Oh man.
Hey, hey,
Hi.
hi.
Oh my gosh. I
Mhm.
didn't realize I would be put on live, you know. I thought it meant that you accept because I'm saying, but I'm so sorry. Tez removed me. I'm just enjoying.
You can remove
Oh Lord have
yourself by
mercy.
pressing the X.
Lord have mercy. Anyway, I'm admiring you and enjoying.
All
Okay,
right.
no problem. Just press the X and that should get you out.
Okay.
Well,
Well, that was good for our first one. Quite a surprise and full of smiles, so that's pretty awesome. That's good. So, Shazi, I know you said you're not fully interested in expanding within the wedding industry, but
I am. However, it's not what I want to do fully. It's like, I already explained it to you. But yeah, as you're saying,
but I wanted to know if it is that you wanted to ask any questions about the wedding industry on a whole.
hmm, uh,
There you go, another
oh,
viewer.
Hello, good
Hi,
night, guys.
good
hey,
night.
I am from the nature isle. I can't really show my face
Okay.
because I'm from the nature isle. I always follow Shazzy music stuff, and I admire his talent.
uh,
I, I am from Dominica.
uh-huh,
I ad, I admire your talent, and I hope that one day
uh-huh,
that we invite you to come to play in Dominica.
uh-huh.
I mean, the Leo Club can send your request to bring you home to play some good music for young people of the Caribbean. Because trust me, you're doing a great job.
All right, bro.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Yeah.
I could honestly thought in my.
What is that?
So yeah, I honestly thank you for your support, honestly, because I've seen that username for a lot actually. Um,
Yeah.
and going back to the point, coming to Dominic, bangs up already.
Yeah. I think you should come to the nature isle because a lot of people in Dominica will be like, oh, who is this guy? When I post here my status, they'll be like, I
uh,
admire this talent, and they like your whole vibes. It's like
but I
you bring in the vibes. You bring in the vibes, man, to the Caribbean. I mean, because of the whole COVID situation and all that, it does hinder everything. So then
yeah,
you have to wait until the cases go down. I think St. Lucia have a lot of cases like us as well.
yeah, yeah.
So we have till the cases drop, and then we can have people coming over across to do good things. I mean, St. Lucia is our sister island, St. Lucia, Dominica, to
yeah.
close country.
You know,
So, are you in
Yeah.
the entertainment industry or anything of the sort?
Yes, we are, and right now we have cruise ship coming to our shores. So I think Shazzy was in Dominica. He'll be a starring on the bayfront, playing some nice music, serenading the tourists while they come down from the ship. So then that'll be a great
We need
avenue
to
for
plan
you.
it. We need to plan it almost immediately. We need to plan
I,
as
I
soon as
am
the
not the,
cases go
I am
down.
not the minister. I am not the minister of tourism, but speaking on his perspective, I like really bring him to Dominica because he have the vibes, man. It's like I wish he had more young people like him doing something constructive with themselves, elevating themselves, and finding what they're passionate about. Because a lot of our young men, you'll find them on the streets, in the on the gang in drugs and all that. I think
Absolutely.
if we have a very positive young man like that in our world today, we all say amen. Because
Yes,
right now it's very difficult to get a young man so involved in something positive or doing something good in his life.
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
I
I
mean, I want to reflect what you say so much because, Shaz, you could have taken the approach of, guns and drugs and bikes and, bad man lifestyle and, flashing some chains and, the girls and all kind of thing. You could
yeah,
have taken that
because
approach and you didn't. You
Yeah.
decided to stick with your craft and explore your talent and bring a positive message and be an inspiring young man. And I didn't know that you were only 20. So now, even knowing that, I
the
mean,
twenties,
that's
the 20 crew,
amazing.
then the 20 screws. You
Yes,
are in it. You are in it.
yeah, I'm way beyond that. I'm way, I'm way beyond that.
I swear you're looking like you're on the same level with us, eh? You're looking higher than 20.
Not at all. Way beyond that.
I guess I guess age is just a number.
It really is. I think it's really about
It,
the skill that you bring to everything. So,
it
somebody saying
doesn't.
they're happy to see the young men pursuing their purpose, and I really love that. Shazzy, let me ask you, would you be interested in teaching other people to play? Because you have people saying, oh, they hope to learn to play it soon. Is that something that you would explore?
Um, however, I do it right now. I, I feel as if
Your sound is a little low, Shazzy. Come a little closer. Your sound is a little low.
mic check, sound check one.
Better now.
That,
You are all goofball.
About my check.
uh, that is up.
He is
Is it good? Is it?
volume now.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I I don't think that I actually want to go into right now. However, in the future, like you mean like 10 years, 6 years? Yeah, it is something that I do see myself getting into. Um, oh, everyone's saying I'm breaking up.
You better
uh,
now. You better now.
all right, all right. But yeah, I feel as if I should work on myself right now and make me the best version. So in the future when I'm actually teaching, those people get the best experience version of me. As of right now, I'm still learning everything on my own right now. So yeah.
so Shaz, you on your planning, your whole planning throughout like before the whole COVID hit the whole Caribbean. Did you have like plans to perform like let's say Dominica has Creole Festival? Do you had plans in performing at the Creole Festival or something like that? Did you have that in mind that you wanted to perform at the World Creole Music Festival?
Um, Previously, uh, well, it is, I, I did have my route of performing regionally as well, but like I said, we did take it on everything. So right now, at a pause, but in the future, it is my goal to be performing worldwide. So
So so you had no like plans to like let's say Dominica Carnival happens like during February, March about there. Did you have any plans to perform like in a carnival setting like Dominica or something like
yeah, I did. Like I said, it is my goal performing worldwide, and whatever the opportunity may be, I would take it. Yeah. So the kind of
Shazzy, I think I think low-key they want to kidnap you to Dominica, my friend. I
I
think so. I think that's exactly it. Yeah, I'll have to establish some protection for you, maybe. That's what those people looking
No,
for you. Because they want
no,
you to go in the big time.
I think if we come to Dominica, oh my God, if he start to play on the stage, maybe all the girls from Convent High School will jump on him.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
The,
goodness.
the, the girls
Yeah,
from
well,
Convent, if he have to perform, like, let's say he have to perform at CHS and he start to play, it's like, then girls will start to pull his foot.
oh wow.
Shazzy will be all in the crowd, playing his slipper in the air.
Wow. Wow. Well, I would like to say that we appreciate Chazzy in St. Lucia just the same. We don't pull his foot, but we do definitely give him
So
big
wait,
smiles, big
so wait,
appreciation.
Shazzy, did you perform at the St. Joseph Convent already? And have you get like any, I'll say it now, the girls run on you, on the stage or something like that? Like, they're so excited that you performing.
Yes, I did happen to do a school tour before 2019. 19. I did my school tour in 2019. That was before COVID, and yeah, I did go to several schools on the island, and yeah, the love from the youth is a totally different love right there. It's like
I can imagine.
or they just love that. And just, yeah, have and loving.
Wow. Me personally, I've been to St. Lucia already. It's like I've been to I had a project in Viewfort at the Beanstalk Comprehensive Secondary School. I think, catch me if I'm wrong or if I'm right, I think that's the name of it. Beanstalk Comprehensive Secondary School.
I think it's been filmed.
Beanfield?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
It's
think
a
so.
it's a blue uniform.
yeah.
That's your school?
Me? No. I left.
Oh.
You know that
What?
age.
Oh, oh, you is a St. Mary's boy.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. Back then, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the vibes. I can see the vibes. You can know when somebody go to a Catholic school and a government school. Yeah, I I
Let me
can say I
interject
can
here.
see that I can see that you went to a Catholic school.
Well, let me interject here. I think I know quite a few persons who have gone to school and have not gone into school, who have a talent. And with Shazzy's story, his talent really grew up from being 4 years old, being immersed into it from his dad. So I think it's not even about his schooling. I think his character is from his parents, and his talent is really from how his dad gets him close. If I can speak for you, Shazzy, I would say that I think the school just adds to how smart he is with his branding
Yep,
and his approach to what he does. But instinctively, this is just a picture of a very young, inspiring young man who seems to be raised properly. So I
that's
think
right.
kudos to you, Chazzy, for that.
That's
And that's
right.
really
That's
amazing.
right.
Yes, I'm
That's right.
really going to wrap up our Wedding Feature Wednesday now because I think we're fully immersed into who Shazzy is. And before we start pulling his foot, like you said, you can say if you want to, but we are
Okay.
going to talk a little bit about our giveaway from our Wedding Feature Wednesday. So every week we do a small giveaway just as a way to honor our viewer and to give back to our guests who have watched. In this context, it is open mainly to St. Lucia because that's where he's available right now.
Oh my God. I wish I wish I had a private plane, parked on the airport right there. I would just fly to St. Lucia.
I know, I absolutely know that. I know. We wish there was a private plane to fly in wherever we wanted to.
Yeah.
But I will say that our giveaway this week is in tune with all our other giveaways, which is on your next booking of Shazik's performance, you will get $100 off of your booking. So whether that is on his solo steel pan performances, you will get $100 off on your next booking for Shazzy. But again, that comes with the requirement of going and following his page follow my page and commenting underneath our giveaway post on my page a special question that I'm going to ask. And the answer is actually in the live. So if you are listening or you came late, you have to go back and listen to this live to know what the answer is for the question that I'm going to ask in the giveaway challenge. Listen to the live, follow his page, follow my page, and correctly answer and tag 2 friends, and you will get a chance to win $100 off of Shazzy's serenading. That can be used for your private. I mean, I'll just book you for a Sunday. What do you say, Shazzy? That can be used for a private event.
Wait a while, Senusha do have lockdown.
Yes. No, we're not fully locked down. We're on the curfew right now. So Shazzy can give you an earth still.
We on both in Dominica. We have curfew and lockdown on weekends.
Okay.
So we are trapped inside.
For now, we were trapped once, but for now we are just under curfew. So get it right on. Booking your serenading ASAP, or booking for your next event. If you have a special occasion coming up at any point in time, booking advance, and then you will still get liable for $100 off from Shazzy's booking. And that's like an amazing giveaway because this man's talent is just, immense, and there's no value that you can place to it. So $100 off is definitely a good buy. I am so excited to have featured with Shazzy. I'm really happy to have Express here. I'm really happy to have our first guest invited onto our live. It's our first time, so I appreciate you for that. And thank you so much for being featured on Feature Wednesday. And I hope you and all your followers start to follow the rest of our local industry professionals for the wedding industry, but on the whole, the creative industry.
I have a question. Do you have like a WhatsApp group chat like to like host these shows like every Wednesday? Like I really want to take part on this live because I have a passion for communication. I love speaking. I worked on the radio, so then it's on St. High School. I got exposed to the media, so I used to be on like. We used to have a show on mapping that is like our local news show. Well, it's a news network TV in Mondanil. So like the hurricane which passed in Dominica kind of spoiled everything. The hurricane destroyed the building and stuff. Where we normally used to have the program held every Wednesday night. It used to be youth camera action. It used to held every Wednesday night at 8:30 after the news. So then we have the young people like ourselves hosting different guests, different topics, pertaining to the young people like ourselves. So then it used to be a very good show, but the hurricane just came and terrified everything.
So we have a lot of opportunities in St. Lucia that feature our youth. That's on, regular TV. We have some stuff on radio. We have print articles on there. My platform is just because I'm participating in the wedding industry as a designer, and I wanted to use my platform to give other industry professionals, specifically to the wedding industry, just an opportunity to get to know them better and what their services are. So every Wednesday on Instagram is where we all come together and just sort of listen to our strengths, weaknesses, get to know each other, understand our opportunities. I think one of the key lessons that we've learned here from Chaz is that branding is important as a creative and as a talent. That, really understanding that beyond your craft, that your personal brand is something that if you book all the time, your bookings and your practice of your craft is what keeps you sharp. And these sort of takeaways are things that inspire the other industry professionals to, cater, tailor, adjust their approach to what it is that they do. So this platform is simply an opportunity for us. It's a niche group, but it's an opportunity for us to, just keep it tight, keep it cool, learn and explore.
But you will be a good spokesperson to the young ladies in my youth group and all that, and to the young men. Shaz, you'll be a good spokesperson to them because let me tell you about it. The Dominican young girls and young men need motivational speakers. They need help because let me tell you about it. It's crazy. COVID already make it crazy. the country that's crazy. You find out a lot of young people on the streets. They don't care about life. They all they want to do is party, see who,
Yeah.
and I mean, that is not the way a young person supposed to live. Like, you are young, you're supposed to develop yourself. You're supposed
I
to push yourself out there.
I think a lot of the countries have similar gripes right now
But
with COVID, and I think it's on our onus as individual countries to develop a framework and inspiration from each other and implement it. So in our case, I think if you see opportunity in what it is that we're doing right now, Shazzy and myself and any other professional that we bring on board to Wedding Feature Wednesday at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays, if you see opportunity in that, I encourage you to replicate that. You know, go on and replicate that for any industry in Dominica, whether that be the music industry, the clothing and textile, the catering industry. Go replicate it, because I think that finding niche areas or niche interest points and really using that to bring persons together, you can find good, inspiring persons like Shazzy, but you can just generally encourage other persons who are on the streets to come inside and look forward to 1 day a week, 1 hour, you know, get to know something interesting, new, and inspiring for you. So,
because
you are
because
definitely
because throughout the lockdown, right? I created like to have you to speak to my youth group because I am the president. So then I think like for the lockdown, it's good to have someone enlighten the young people, speak to them positively. A young man growing up, he gave his whole testimony to the young people and how they should bring up themselves in society because a lot of the young people, they really need that motivation and that positive energy in their life. Because our world is filled with so many negative energy and it's the
absolutely.
negative. The
Absolutely.
negative.
I'm gonna give you that big brand approach right now and tell you I'll have Shazzy's publicist reach out to you. Check his face.
Yeah, Shazzy will be a great spokesperson. I think he'll be he'll be like a young prime minister addressing the youth.
Yeah, I think there's a lot, and I always tell young people that let your main thing be your main thing. So I think right now he's doing a lot with bringing out good positive messages through his music. And if I was a big sister to Shazzy, I would say put more music out there. You know, put more
Yeah,
music out there. Thinking,
especially when he on the beach recording all his
yeah.
tunes. Let me tell you about it. Everybody
Speaking
like it.
nice and doing all these public speaking engagements and talking to persons are nice. But it's, right now, I think you're in your prime, Shazzy, and your main thing should be your main thing. So if your music can speak for you and really push and inspire the person, then let that be the thing. Let that be the thing. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
not to cut you again, but that is actually all our engagement for tonight on Feature Wednesday, and I am
Okay.
so grateful for having you.
So what's your name? What's your
My
name?
name is Tej. Tej Azuk is my brand, and you're welcome to follow my page, Tej Azuk.
Oh, Tesh Azu.
Yes. So you're welcome
Okay.
to follow my page and engage in our content. And I always like to think about the Caribbean as one. So Shazzy doesn't belong to St. Lucia. He belongs to the world. His talent is right there open. So add him, follow him. He's on TikTok, he's on Instagram.
Well, I have Shazzy on all social media. I have him on TikTok. I have him on Facebook. I just share his whole thing. Even when he posting things about his birthday and all that.
I want some of that love. I want some of that love. Wow. So that's amazing. You really seem like
Yeah,
a
man.
follower.
I always share any positive vibes. I mean, every time it's a certain negative energy and negativity, and it's always good to share the positivity, man, to make people see the highlights of what a young person is doing.
Absolutely.
It's
So,
more marketable.
any last words from you before we end?
Me, me.
Yes.
From you?
Um, honestly, thank you for having me at this. It was
What is breaking up again? Good job. Thank you, Bishop.
Your Wi-Fi.
I
Yeah.
forward to way more than bring that special day. I look at that. Yeah.
I don't know what half of what you're saying, but I assume that you said that you look forward to bringing more entertainment to special days. So we like that.
I sus I
Good job.
suspect I suspect our Wi-Fi is stronger than Shah's own because I hear you clearly and I'm not hearing you.
If it was a musical, if it was a musical, yeah. It's
I
not
suspect
musical,
it's yourself.
yeah, that's
I,
okay.
I suspect it's Gigi Wi-Fi you have.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And don't forget to look out for the giveaway question. You have until tomorrow where our winner will be announced. And again, keep following our pages. Keep looking out every Wednesday at 8 p.m. to see who our wedding feature Wednesday industry professional is in St. Lucia. And hopefully we can expand to the other countries as we grow this particular initiative. So thank you so much, guys, and thank you for coming in. Have a good night. Bye,
Thank
Shazzy.
you.
Bye.
Bye bye.